All right, folks, quickie tutorial here to help you out with creating shapes. When you start to try to create any other shapes besides simple, circle, squares, basic, polygons, stars, and that sort of thing, you're going to find that it's hard. For instance, if you wanted to make a quarter moon or something like that, you might reach for the pen tool. That'd be great. It would take you a while to get it just right. So I'm going to show you a way to sort of do that quickly. Okay. And I'm going to show you about a new trick I learned just today. So that's kind of fun. All right. So I'm going to choose the ellipse tool. Okay, it's our shapes tool up here. So I'm just going to drag out a little circle here. And as I drag out, I'm going to go ahead and hold the Shift key to constrain to a perfect circle and the Alt or Option key to drag out from the center of the shape where I started to drag from. Okay, there we go. And here's the new thing that I learned just today. I think this is so cool. I'm going to go get the selection tool. I need a duplicate of this item. Now, I could copy the layer and so forth here, but all I really need to do is hold the Alt or Option key and drag, and it's going to create a duplicate of the layer. And you can put it wherever you want to put it. It's a separate ellipse up here in our layers panel. All right, so I want to create a little half moon shape. I just want that little piece down here. I don't want the piece up here. In fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and change the color of this guy so we can just see that there's a difference between the two of them. Okay. So again, I want the black half moon shape and nothing else. All right, so what I'm going to do is go to Window, Pathfinder. These things are in alphabetical order. Pathfinder. Here's the Pathfinder. All right, so let's start exploring what these things do. First thing I need to do is make sure that both of my ellipses are chosen. I need to point this out to you. If I shift click on the second layer, that really doesn't do the trick. I need to use the target icons over here. So I'm going to hold shift and click on the target icon. Now these two are actually selected. All right, so we'll run through these real quick. The first one is called Unite. This is going to take the two shapes and put them together into a single shape. Okay, that's what you want. Great. Undo, Command or Control Z. The one we want actually is minus front. So the one that's in front or on top here is the blue ellipse. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to reveal, it's going to make a shape that's just the black one. Okay, minus front. Boom. Hey, there you go. If minus back is what you want, we got that one down here in the second row. Minus back. See how that works? Okay, let's continue on. This one's cool, intersect. What this is going to do, click on that, it's going to just keep the little football shape where the two circles intersect. Okay, and this one is the opposite, exclude. So what it's going to do is it's going to create two shapes. And we can look at them individually if you want. Well, there's our half moon going one direction or the other direction. Anyway, we got two of them now. Okay, that's kind of neat. Going to undo. And where were we? Yes, the divide function. This is kind of interesting. What it's going to do for us is create a group with three shapes rather than two. One, two, three. And we can use those however we want to individually. We can delete some, just use whatever. Undo, Command Control Z. Merge creates a group of the shapes. And actually it's created two shapes out of this, the circle in the front and the half moon behind. So it's slightly different version of this. And crop, that's one that I honestly I haven't quite figured out, a good use for yet. I'm sure there is one, but it basically takes one shape and creates a mask using that shape. We'll talk a lot more about masks later on. Outline. This is actually a pretty interesting one. These are closed shapes we're dealing with. Now, what this did is create for us a series of open paths instead of closed shapes. So it's just this line right here, and this line, and this line, and this line, all as individual little pieces. Okay, so I got just that shape that I can work with, or that path. Okay, so the Pathfinder is a very interesting tool, does a lot of cool stuff. I recommend you get in there and play with it. It will help you with shapes that you can't create otherwise. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the distortion and the appearance panels. Let me go ahead and make that go away. Create a new layer down here with the new layer icon. Boom, got a new layer, layer 2. I'm going to go and this time I think I'll get the polygon tool. And I'll just start dragging out from the center and hold shift. And there I've got a blue polygon. Great. I'm going to go up to Effect, Distort and Transform. And we see all these different ones that we have here. I'm going to show you Pucker and Bloat. I'm not going to show you all these, but Pucker and Bloat. Click the Preview button here. You have to click Preview on all these. Oh, okay. Well, it took my shape and turned it into a flower. Okay. Right here we've got, more of a kind of an emblem look or something like that. So if that's what you're after, boom, you got it. All right. Extreme versions of that. Oh, we got a nice little sprite there. Okay. Cool. We go back again. Effect. Distort. Let's try roughen. Pretty cool. We're going to preview it. And, oh, okay. So it takes the edges and roughens out the edges, basically. So you get extreme with this, you get all sorts of really crazy abstract things. Can smooth it if you want to. A little less, you probably see better. Less detail. Okay. Cancel. Effect. Distort. And let's see what else is in there that is of interest to us. Zigzag, I think. Okay. Zigzag sort of takes that emblem look that we were after earlier and just sort of breaks it up a little bit so that it's more of superhero kind of, you know, bam kind of thing looking. And ridges per segment. If we take that down lower, we get a star. If we take the size down, now it's just a sort of a blob there, right? So may or may not be of use to you. Anything else I want to show you in here? I think that's the only ones that were of particular interest. But feel free to get in there and play around with them. And a couple other things real quick. When it comes to distortion, you actually have some transform controls here that will allow you to do different things. Move, rotate, scale, shear, and so forth. Okay, so for instance, if you want to rotate, cancel. We're going to go up and get the direct selection tool. We can rotate. We can scale it up. We can squash it down in one direction and so on. Okay. We can also get to those same controls by going Effect, Distort, Transform. And this gives you the same controls only with more detail. So if you know you want something to be half as tall as it was created, then you can, put the percentages in and so forth. You want to rotate it an exact number of degrees. There you go. There you have it. Reflect in here, so you can create, as it says, a reflection of something. I'll click cancel right here, undo a couple of times. And I do want to show you the appearance panel lastly. Let me go up and go back to the effect, distort. We'll do pucker and bloat again. And great. All right. That's fine. But if you decide later you want to change that, do you have to start over? No. Click on Window, Appearance, And we'll select that particular path right there. It's already selected. Pucker and bloat, looky there. Okay, we can change the bloat to a pucker. Preview, and there you have it. Okay, I think that is all that I wanted to tell you real quick. The only other thing really is if you want to create a custom shape and you can't manage to do it with either the pen tool or the Pathfinder, go out online. I can guarantee you that somebody has created a tutorial on how to make whatever shape it is you're after. It's a great learning opportunity. Jump out there and see what you can figure out. Good luck, have fun, and let me know if you have questions.